You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are the
God.
face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face
Oh,
of
c'est
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
es judoí.
You are the
You
face of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
Good morning. You are the face of God. Don't you love that video? It makes you smile. The diversity of it all, the beauty of it all. You are the face of God. You know how that song goes in Spanish? It says, Eres el rostro de Dios, te guardo en mi corazón, eres parte de mí, eres el rostro de Dios. So I was thinking about that this morning, how she sings it in different verses and different ways. So welcome and good morning on this beautiful day. It's so good to see each and every one of you. Welcome to our YouTube and Facebook family. And before we begin, turn to each other and just greet each other. A namaste. Let them know you are the face of God. You are that precious light of the world. The face of God. Good to see you. Now make sure you turn around and let our YouTube family and Facebook family know we love you and we're so grateful that you are joining us this morning. It just feels good to be here. Feels good to be in your presence, and thank you for cards and prayers and all that good stuff. I am feeling really good. So that's kind of nice to hear. And I know Arbeth and Annie are recovering. They're coming along very nicely. And I'll share some other things a little later. But I think right now what I want to do is get us to set the intention for this service. Just get right into our space. Gary, you had a wonderful class this morning. Yes, I heard really good things. And we'll share more about that a little later. But for now, we just take a moment and get centered. And I invite you to gently close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And maybe take a deep breath. And allow that breath to help you make the journey from the mind, all the things that we are thinking about this morning and things that we're planning for this afternoon. Let's just allow ourselves to make that journey down to our sacred heart. That beautiful place of love, that beautiful place that we come in communion with the divine. And right now, I want you to become aware of the sweet presence of love that holds you, sustains you, is with you, within you, around you, as you. You are the face of God. And so with this awareness, this understanding that each and every one of us is the beloved, the divine expression of love, right here, right now. And so we want to align with that. We want to align with presence, knowing that in that sweetness of love, all we see is the love and the light of God in each and every one of us. And so in these sacred moments that we will spend together, we will remember that God is, I am, I'm always in the field of love, always in the field of infinite potential, always strengthened. Everything that I need is right here, right in the right now. And I'm so grateful, so very grateful for this incredible, beautiful awareness. And so it is. Amen. Amen. So, wonderful morning, beautiful morning. Would you join me in saying the affirmation of oneness? There is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God the good, all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere present, right here, right now, God. And for those of you that didn't get a chance to notice, June is with us today. She hasn't been with us in years now, it looks like. So June, we love you, we bless you, we're so glad you're with us today. Absolutely wonderful. And so let us now, in preparation for our meditation, let us read, I'm going to read to you the daily word. And if you read it this morning, it was absolutely beautiful. The word is compassion. What a perfect word as we celebrate the month of the power of love. Compassion is one of the qualities that come out when we activate divine love in our lives. And so, compassion. And the affirmation is, I am a compassionate presence. In periods of peaceful contemplation, I immerse myself in the unconditional love that joins the human family together in God. As the awareness of divine love fills my mind and heart, it dissolves all memories of difficulties and feelings of discord. Centered in the divine love, I deeply feel my oneness with God and with all people. I now see the people in my life anew. Yeah, when you're centered in love, we see the face of God in each other. Beholding the divinity of each dear one I meet, my heart overflows with empathy as I respond to their troubles and celebrate their triumphs. I am patient. I listen with intention. I recognize their divinity as I recognize my own. I welcome the flow of divine love as it blesses me, as well as those with whom I am sharing my compassion. And from the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 18, you shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against any of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. So the word for today is compassion. And the affirmation is, I am a compassionate presence. Would you say that with me? I am a compassionate presence. Close your eyes and say that one more time. I am a compassionate presence. And so it is.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. It's love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. It's the love that heals, the love that sets me free. love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. 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 There is only
Good morning, everybody. There is a wonderful feeling of love and community in this room, a sacredness that involves us all. And thank you for sharing it with me today. I'd like you to take a few moments and center yourself. Uncross your legs. Place your feet flat on the floor. Feel the energy of Mother Earth. She grounds us, always there for us. Now bring your focus to your breathing. Feel that breath of God. As you inhale it, and then let it flow out of you. And with each breath, consciously release any thoughts, any preconceived ideas you might have brought here with you. Be open to the infinite possibilities, the messages you will receive today. Listen to the message. Take in the words. Now take a breath. Remember, it's the breath of God. Visualize a golden cord connecting your mind and your heart. Be still. Listen. Take into your heart center these words of the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of mankind. Let light descend on earth. As you sit here in the silence, see that light. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of mankind. May love, may the Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the wills of mankind. The purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call mankind, let the plan of love and light flow out. And may it seal the door where evil dwells. And see the light flowing onto the earth. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. And with that light, let light and love and power restore the planet Earth and help us do our part. Together as one, as we all are one community, we sound forth the sacred word Om, embodying and radiating the light of God. Now I know some of you have masks on, but I invite you to join in with the word Om. And so on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, Om. As one, we sound forth the sacred word Om, embodying and radiating the love of God. 1, 2, 3. Om. As one, we sound forth the sacred word Om, embodying and radiating the will and purpose of God. 1, 2, 3. Om. And help us do our part as we walk our path, sounding the sacred word Om. And one last time. Om. power and the vibration of your voices reaches out into the world. And so be it. Namaste.
Mary, there was so much power in that community Om that we said together. The oneness of feeling the vibration of our oneness and knowing that love, light, and love and light and the will that we put into it will restore our back. There's a Bible verse that says, you will be restored and you will get back everything that the cankerworm has taken from you. And I believe that's so. So, let's make soup. You must be wondering, what am I going to talk about? It's a month of love. Well, you'll find out. February is that month where we really kind of connect with that power within us, a power of love that is a harmonizing power, that innate power that is within us. All of us have it. All of us. Yesterday, I spent some time with family. Oh, we had so much fun. We laughed, we played, we made jokes of each other. I mean, it was just wonderful. But when I walked away, my heart was so opened. We were in presence of love with one another. We were the presence of love for one another, and it felt absolutely wonderful. And so got home pretty late and got here pretty late, but I am still connected to that moments, those moments that we spent together that were so full of love and joy. And, you know, when you're in love, when you're in that presence of love, all the worries go away, don't they? You know, all that stuff that we hold on, that we need or we want, and it just goes away. And all of a sudden, you're in this joy and this peace, and everything seems possible when love is the main ingredient. Charles Fillmore, who is the co-founder of Unity, said that love is the power that joins and binds in divine harmony the universe and everything in it. Love is the great harmonizing principle that brings your own to you, adjusts misunderstandings, makes our lives and affairs healthy, happy, and free. And don't you feel that when you are experiencing that love that you are? It's amazing to me that we don't practice being there more because it feels so very good, and it feels good because that's what we are. You know, see, love is not something that you need to learn. You don't need to get a book and learn love. You are love. And so what ours to do is to be able to remove, as Rumi said, all those barriers that are around us that keep us or are built against it, to keep us from being that which we are. And so you see, like we are this love thing that we call love is what we are, is where we came from. It is the divine essence of our being. It is not rational belief. It isn't. Only when you think about it in your ego nature. It's not rational belief. In fact, it defies all reasons. And you know that. It defies all reasons. And why shouldn't it? Why shouldn't it? If it is God's nature, why would it defy? Why would you need to explain it or try to, define it? You just have to be it. How can you teach love? And think about that. How can you teach what God is? You can't teach that. You can only experience it and then come out and be it, because it's the essence of your very being. You and I, when we're in that place with each other, when we're oming together in community, when we're feeling the power of love within us, it feels like we came home. It feels like we're back where we are supposed to be, back home. But we've never really left, only in consciousness. We never really left. We are always one with this power of love. We are always love. We just have barriers that we have to kind of take a look at and see, how can I move this from my life so that that free flow of love can go through and easily move through me. It's just a beautiful thing. Until we become real love, we're not awake. Until we are in that awareness, we're not awake. And so when we think about what are the barriers, think about a river. I got this image the other day when I was in meditation. Joe and I like to go to the river a lot, and I haven't joined him in a long time because my kayak seat is not available. But anyway, poor excuse. but when we're in the river and it's flowing so very nicely, no obstacles, and it's just a beautiful thing, especially if the river is clear, nice and clear. It's just like you're connected, you become connected with the river. But when there are parts in the river where there are big boulders, like we've been whitewater rafting, and then you have big rocks. And so the water has to find a different way to get through, and it splashes you, and it throws you here and there, and the water finds a way. That's love. It finds a way, even in spite of the barriers, the rocks that are there. Not flowing smoothly, but it still finds a way. Imagine what would it be like if those rocks weren't there. Then the river would flow so very nicely. So what are the barriers that are keeping us from being love? And, I would say perhaps it's unforgiveness. Perhaps it's greed and selfishness, oh my God, and arrogance and pride and insensitivity and bitterness and resentment. And take a deep breath. There is always something that we work on this spiritual journey so that that river of love can flow right through us and allow us to be the beauty that we are, the light of the world. So these barriers that we hold on to, what they do is they harden our heart. They harden it. And they impede the free flow of life. The story of the Israelites, the Jewish people trying to leave Egypt, Pharaoh's heart was hardened. He was hardened. He couldn't let love in. And so he allowed so many things to happen, because he still had lots of barriers within himself. In the book of Corinthians, chapter 13, it says, "Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and I have no love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all the mysteries and knowledge of the world, and I have absolute faith to move mountains, but I have not love, I am nothing." Love is patient. Love is kind. It envies no one. Love is never boastful or conceited, nor rude, never selfish, and not quick to take offense. Love keeps no records of any wrong and does not gloat over the mistakes of others. So, when we are being loved, that's what we are. It's so much more. When we discover how strong and active that divine love is within us, that divine river of love, I want to call it the river of love, but it's really the essence of how we are, how active and strong it can be in our lives and in this world, you will find the greatest joy on your spiritual journey. In Mary's meditation, that's what she invoked, the power of love. It is the most important thing that we can be, because you don't need to learn it. You are it. So sometimes we feel, well, I'm being loved, but it doesn't make a difference. Well, yes, it does. It really does. I had this quote that I put on Facebook this week, and I really love this, so I'm going to share it with you, those of you that don't have Facebook. It says, "You may not be able to change the entire world, but you can release your love and watch its vibrant colors paint the world around you with kindness and patience, and watch your little part of it change for the better. And if we all did that, how beautiful our world can be. No, you don't have to do grandiose things. You don't need a title. You don't need anything. Just be love. Love always wins. And where we are in loving community with each other, can you imagine what we can do together? Can you imagine? When we bring the best of ourselves into our community, then we create the beloved community. That's what we do. That beloved community that we all long for. That beloved community where we feel safe and we feel seen and we feel heard and we are known for what we truly are. Spiritual beings having a human experience. And that sometimes in a humanness, beingness, whatever we're going to call it, we're not quite, embracing all our divinity. But when we are in love with each other, when we are presence of love with each other, we look beyond that. And we see the face of God in each and every one of us. We don't judge, we don't condemn, we don't do any of that. We remain the presence of love, and we truly live our mission, that we are a loving, accepting human. These are a loving, healing, accepting community. That's what we're striving for. That's what Martin Luther King, as we celebrate Black History Month, there's so many amazing Black men and women who has contributed to our country to help us move in consciousness, and he is one of them. And he said about his beloved community, he said that our goal is to create a beloved community, and this will require qualitative changes in our souls, our consciousness, as well as quantitative changes in our lives. Amen to that. Yes, amen to that. It is how we change. You see, he had envisioned that we will create. That was his dream, and it is our dream as well. That we'd be a people, people of every race and religion and nation could come together in peace and in harmony and work together for the common progress of humankind. The common progress of humankind. And it can start right where we are. It starts right in this little place. The creation of the beloved community then really, if we think about it, begins with our first reflecting within. Coming within and first being able to look at the barriers that are keeping us from not being that love that I was expressing, not being the essence of what we are, so that when we don't cause harm. Now listen to that. We strive to be the best Christ presence we can be, the best version of love that we are, so that we don't cause harm in community. Because if we are creating the beloved community, we need a qualitative change in soul, in consciousness, be renewed and transformed by the renewing of our mind, by remembering who we are. I heard this somewhere, and I'm not going to say it by verbatim, but it struck me so important. And I can't remember the author, so forgive me. I will find it and I will share it with you. But she said, I have been with mother and father. I have been with husband. And when I was preparing meals and cooking and enjoying husband, you can call me wife. When I'm serving others, when I'm doing menial chores, maybe taking someone like Bonnie takes food to people with her helping hands, with John that you help with the children in the community, with so many of you that you engage. You are not just doing a chore, you are showing up as the Christ, the love. You're showing up as that. And so when you are doing that, you are servant. In everything that you do, she says, can you make that a sacred act of love? Can you make it as you're serving a higher self, your higher self moving through you? Each of us is called to make that honest exploration of ourselves, to release those barriers that keep us from expressing the love that we are. When love expresses itself in a community like ours, when love expresses itself from a consciousness of a higher self, from the best self that we can be, that love becomes unconditional. There are no, I'll do it just only if. It becomes selfless. It becomes, you don't even need a pat in your back. Oh, nobody even mentioned my name, and look at me, I did all this and that and the other. It is just selfless love, unconditional selfless love that gives because it knows that it is showing up as its true self and there is a higher purpose. It's just doing it because it also makes them feel like they're in oneness with the source of their being and with one another. And when we're in community like that, the community flourishes. It grows. There's an excitement. There's a willingness to be together with each other. And it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, just like yesterday when I was with my family. So joyful and loving, and I couldn't wait to be with them. That is what we do when we show up as our best self in community. We create amazing things. We begin to flourish, and you never know what's going to happen. You just don't. But you're okay with that because, as Mary said, the divine will is working all together for our good. Ooh, I get goosebumps on that. God bumps, or whatever you want to call them. We create the beloved community that supports us and nurtures us and encourages us through the journey. It doesn't see the flaws. It sees the face of God in each and every one of us. In the beloved community, there's no me or I. There is we and us. That mentality of me and I keeps you from seeing the face of God. What's in it for me? Oh, I don't like that. I'm not doing that. But the we, when we look at each other in the mentality, we are one body. The we and the us. There's an amazing change in consciousness. This awareness that we're one. That we are one. So moving from the I and the me to the we and the us is what we want to do in community. And then we will witness the unconditional, selfish agape love, the love of God, that begins to weave like a beautiful golden thread within the community. And people that walk through that door will feel it. They will know it. They don't even have to walk through the doors. The Spirit will encourage them to come. There is light and love and acceptance in this community. We don't have to do anything. Just be love. And this kind of community is made of individuals that are really strong and they're working on it. Me too. We're working on our emotional maturity. In a sense, we are, how can I say it? We don't want to stay on the sidelines of making the soup, okay? And I'll tell you about the soup in a minute. You're probably wondering, we haven't gotten to soup yet, but we're getting there, okay? In community, when we see a need, my God, like right now, there's so much need. All our teams need support. And imagine what kind of community we would be if everyone would say, how can I serve? Where can I be? How can I plug in? Some of our volunteers have been volunteering for years and years and years doing the same thing, and sometimes they come really weary and they say, I need help. I need help. What about if we were a community that says, I'm willing to help. I'm willing to be there. Show me how. Show me what I can do. In that kind of community, the labor is light and joyous. And then we get into, in that kind of community, people are making connections. They're getting to know each other much deeper than just, hi, how you doing? How was your week? No, in that kind of community where everybody's engaging, there is this connection that is happening, which is the focus of this year. We want to make those deeper connections. We want to get connected. We don't go when we see a need and say, well, yeah, I know that team needs, and I know they need help, but I don't like working with so-and-so. Yeah. When that person is not there anymore, then maybe I'll volunteer. Is that an I thing? Yeah. It's not about the we, that we need this, or we need your talent. So you come here. You are here by divine appointment. And the reason you're here is because you bring something that will help us become that beloved community that our soul longs for and the world longs for. Whew. Preach it. So I need to catch, yeah. So be willing to explore the barriers that are keeping us from being connected. We're all like strands of a web. You see a spider web? It looks so, spider webs are beautiful. You ever examine them under a microscope? Under magnifying glass? They're absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And each strand holds together. They're all together. You don't see a strand flying off by itself. Oh, I'm going to be an individual. I'm going to just be over here. I don't want to be a part of the web. I just want to be a little bit a part of the web. I'll be at the edge of the web. But when the strands come together, when they stay together, that web is beautiful and that web is strong. And that's what we want in our beloved community. Each one of you is a strand of the web of this community. And we're getting ready. I don't know about you, but I feel it with every fiber of our being that this whole thing that we have experienced the last 2 years plus is going away. And that I feel it, I do. And what's about to emerge, it has been chaotic. It has seemed chaotic. It has seemed like, what is this? But you know what I know about chaos? That out of chaos, something always emerges. And whatever that is will be dependent upon us. What will emerge in our community? And that is important. To remember that we are those strands, that we keep it together, and we have. My goodness, have we, right? We have. I love you for it. I wouldn't know what to do without having a community like you. But I'm stretching you. Get involved. Be the part of the strand of the web that gets connected. Because the possibilities of what we can be and create is infinite. I used to pray to God, please take away, and I think Linda Mortella said it at the talk last week, take away that person. I'll serve on that team if that person's not there, okay? So I'm going to go pray to God, just please remove that person, and then I could serve. But, we don't realize that perhaps that person has come to be your teacher, has come as a powerful soul to help you evolve, to make you remove that boulder that is keeping you from experiencing oneness with one another, from seeing that person beyond the physical, seeing them as the face of God. So have you heard the story of the magic stone soup? You have? Okay, so I'm gonna say my version, okay? So a stranger walks into this village, and he claims that he has a magical stone that you can cook soup with over and over and over again. And everyone around him doesn't believe him. They're incredulous. And so he decides, well, I'm going to prove them. I'm going to prove what I mean. So he puts a stone in a pot of water, puts a pot of water over the fire, and waits for it to be boiled. And as the water begins to boil, someone out in the crowd says, maybe some spices will make it just a little bit better. It's just now water and a stone. And so he goes off and he gets the spices, comes back, returns and puts them in the boiling water. And boy, that I could just imagine how that would smell. You know, when you're cooking at home and you put all the spices, all of a sudden, that smells really good. The aroma of the soup is making everybody excited. And someone else says, well, how about some potatoes and carrots? I bet you that would make it really good. And off he goes to get the potatoes and get the carrots and puts it in the pot. And boy, that soup is beginning to look really nice now. Really like appetizing. I want some of that. And still someone else says, you know, maybe what it needs right now is a little bit of meat and a little bit of flour. Bet you that would be the finishing touch. And so he goes and gets the things that he has mentioned to put into the soup. And right before their eyes, that pot of water that only contained the stone was beginning to be a wonderful, inviting, appetizing soup that would nourish the people in that village. And they sat down. When it was all done, it was poured and served, and they all had a great feast, enjoying and celebrating the magical stone soup. And I say to you, can we make soup? Are we ready to make soup? The story of the magical stone soup serves as a great pattern for how we create in community. That's how we create in community. We each see that we can make the beloved community great because of what we bring. Because what we bring, what do we add to the soup? What do we contribute? Our talents, our treasures, our prayers, our financial support, our participation. Just by you showing up to an event that is here will bless you, first of all, because it was meant for you to be blessed, but it also blesses the church, and it keeps us in community, and we're sharing something together. You know how sometimes it's really sad, you invite a guest, and you got 5 people that show up. Really. And they've prepared, they've come with love, you know, and we're excited, you know, and the church is excited because not only will you be blessed, the church will be blessed because you help it financially. So, you know, there are many ways that you can bring something to community, many ways. And we will create something so beautiful together. You know, you, like me, were drawn here by divine appointment. Don't ever fool yourself to think this is your idea. Yeah. You were born here by divine appointment. There's no accident why you're here. And so, therefore, you are here to be part of the soup that we need to make together. And the more you contribute of your part, the greater that soup will be. The more we will celebrate and enjoy, and the more it will nourish us. Unity of Citrus is not, Unity of Citrus, I see us being a collaborative community. Not about me. Sometimes we say we want to work on our spirituality. Forget it. You're as spiritual as you'll ever be. Okay? You are spiritual. That's period. You don't have to work on anything. You just have to remove the barriers that keep you from allowing that beautiful essence of who you are to come through. And in this collaborative community, there is no one that's greater than the other. No one. We each are called here to do something magnificent. Because in God, with God, all things are possible. All things are possible. Even people who are watching virtually, have something to contribute to this community. Everyone does. No one is greater, and no one is more spiritual than another. We are all as spiritual as we'll ever be. We just got to remove the barriers that are not. So imagine what we can create, my beautiful family, Unity family. And I pray that with all my heart, that you'll be inspired to be part of the web of this community, to find your niche, what is yours to do. How we can create something so amazing. Get engaged. You know, there are people out there hurting. They're hurting. And as we're learning to be in community here, we will learn to be in community outside of here, bringing that same love, bringing that same patience and compassion and kindness and gentleness, all of that. And change is happening so very rapidly. Sometimes I can't catch my breath just when I think, oh, I got it. Nope, I don't. And so I'm learning to offer that same love that I'm called to give, to offer it to myself. Offer it to myself as well. I'm learning so many things, but I know more than ever that something is wanting to birth. And my prayer is that what that will be a kinder, gentler, more compassionate, more understanding, more forgiving humanity. And so this is our time now to contribute to the beloved community. And as you contribute your gifts and everything else that you bring, we will make beautiful soup together. So you ready to make soup? Yes. Yes, let's make soup together. In the next couple of weeks to come, you will find that I will be sharing with you some ministries that really can use your support. But if you're excited about making that soup like now, and you say, no, I don't want to wait. I want to get engaged now. There are some engagement forms in the lobby, in that little turnstile that we have there. Pick one up and say, what's available here? Do you know I have heard people tell me, I don't even know what teams are here. Well, that's going to change because we will have a volunteer festival someday really soon, hopefully next month. And you'll get to talk to the team leaders, and you'll get to see what they do, and you'll get connected. Today, I just want you to say yes to making the soup together. Can I see that again? How many of you are willing to make the soup together? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Namaste. Bless you. I can't wait to see what we'll do together.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now.
decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now.
My decision, right here and now. Woohoo!
This has been a powerful morning here, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, it comes to that time in our service now where we share our gratitude and our thanks for all the abundance that we have in our life and that we receive and that we give it back. We get it from our families, from our friends, from our animals, from Mother Earth. So let's take that gift that we all have, that offering, the tithe, that carries this community forward to do the things that we always do, all our outreach programs, all the events that we have here, and look to the future to have. So let's hold it in our hands. Place it in against your heart if you wish. And let's say the blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send forth this gift with my blessings and my love. Now a short prayer. Divine Spirit, we thank you for this offering. We know it is given in love and received in love and moves through this ministry with the energy of divine love out into the world as good, that each giver is blessed, for this is the law. And so it is. And we say thank you, God. Now let us affirm the power of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, everyone, for being with us today. Reverend Luz has some messages for you, some announcements that I know she wants to share.
Thank you. I'll be brief. I haven't, can we give a great round of applause to all the volunteers in this community? We love you. We bless you. We're so grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we see that volunteer corps growing, growing, growing. I mentioned earlier that Arbeth and Annie are recovering. Please continue to keep them in our prayers. I can't wait to see them come back. And I know and they can't wait to be back. So thank you for all your prayers. There is a card shower for Gina White. Her husband transitioned. And so one of the things that we do in community, we share our love, especially in times like this. So when you leave, if you didn't get one, take the slip and send a card. It means so much to them. Gary's class, I heard it was fabulous. And he's going to repeat it again next Sunday at what time?
9:45, we're doing prayer flags next week.
Oh, next week you're doing prayer flags. What did you do this week?
Prayer beads.
Prayer beads. So it's
a wonderful creation.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. So you're going to take something. When you go to this class, you're going to take something out with you. It's a very interactive class, and so prayer flags. I want a prayer flag. Anyway, anyone can come. Yes, come. It's a love offering, but don't worry, it's just come. That we just want you to be there and enjoy the fellowship. And then next Sunday, the 20th, we have a guest speaker, Dr. Will Tuttle. And Dr. Will Tuttle has been here before, beautiful soul. But he asked me, did I want to do a workshop or a concert? And I said, God, we've been so hungry for live music. So I said, please, let's do a concert. So he's going to do a concert for us in the afternoon at 12:30. So you could get to come, bring a bag lunch, or run out and get something and come right back. The tickets are going to be sold in the lobby. We're not doing this particular one online, because we had to move it very quickly, but they're in the lobby, they're $15, and don't forget the scholarship. Sometimes we can't go for whatever reason, but we can maybe make it possible for someone else to go. So every little bit that you can add to the scholarship will be great. So I hope to see you next week, next Sunday. It's going to be a great Sunday. We're going to have a concert, yay! A live concert. And the tickets will be sold outside. I'll be happy to greet you in the back and have a most amazing, wonderful, loving week. And happy Valentine's. If you're going to the cafe today, someone has a surprise there for you. I love you. Yes. We don't have children today, no. But we bless them wherever they are. Have a wonderful week.